Advanced planning directives comprise of a power of attorney, a healthcare proxy, and a living will. These documents are intended to ensure that a client, when they lose capacity, has someone appointed for them to make certain decisions for them. With a power of attorney, the person appointed by the client is called their agent. This person is tasked with the responsibility of managing the person's finances should they lose capacity. This person is responsible not only for paying the client's bills and other living expenses, but many times they can be authorized to engage in Medicaid planning for the person who has lost capacity. In order to do that, a power of attorney must contain a statutory gifts rider, which specifically gives the agent the authority to transfer the client's assets in order to qualify for the Medicaid benefit. A power of attorney is a wonderful document in the right hands. Power of attorney in the wrong hands is an incredibly dangerous document. So it's important that people realize when executing these documents that they're giving someone a tremendous amount of authority over their assets. Powers of attorney in the wrong hands can lead to substantial litigation and substantial loss to the client. Whereas a power of attorney in the correct hands can not only lead to a scenario where the client's bills are paid, expenses are paid, but it can lead to a situation where that client can engage in Medicaid planning through their agent. The second document is the healthcare proxy. The healthcare proxy becomes effective when a client loses capacity. Once the client has lost capacity, the person appointed in the healthcare proxy, referred to as the healthcare agent, would then have authority to make healthcare decisions for the client. These include a multitude of decisions, including things as mundane as receiving a vaccination, a blood transfusion, up to the more substantial decisions. The third document to discuss is the living will. A living will is a document executed by a client whereby they express their opinion if they wish to be kept alive artificially if they're in a persistent vegetative state. Typically, the living will is directed at the healthcare agent under the healthcare proxy and helps confirm any decisions they must make regarding the withdrawing of sustenance if the client is in a persistent vegetative coma. And if there is a dispute as to whether or not the client would prefer to remain or to prefer to pass, the living will can actually serve as the ultimate decision-making document because it is a clear statement by the client that either they do wish to remain and they do wish to fight on despite being in a persistent vegetative state, or they do not wish to remain.